I can't even believe. I'm just in shock. I shouldn't really be in shock, but I'm in shock. Um, Today's my birthday, by the way, and I've just received the most incredible birthday presents. So, the first one was apparently the British military and the King have absolutely ripped Starmer an arsehole and said there's no way in hell you're going to war with Russia. And there's been like a big mutiny against Starmer with the military. And they've said no in regards to letting Starmer get away with what he's trying to do in Russia. And if you go to my social media like right now, and scroll everything that I've been posting since like the early hours of this morning, you'll see all the links and the info and all of that. But this is about Pegasus. I've talked about Pegasus before. I've warned people before. I've talked about it before, but a few months ago, somebody posted on the Instagram about why is the NHS got all these tents ready? What are they planning? And I thought, oh, that's interesting. So I started investigating, as I do, and because Queen Elizabeth, and I keep stating this, and I've put my life and my reputation and my freedom on the line for speaking for Queen Elizabeth, because she is 100% adamant in my codes that she was killed by the COVID vaccine, that they killed her to get her out the way so they could get their hands on King Charles and destroy the monarchy. I told the King they'd do it through Prince Andrew. It's all there. The ICC were bought in on it. Like, the evidence is all there. And like, I've been saying this stuff knowing damn well this could cost me my freedom, my living in the UK, because Starmer was determined to try and get me deported. Like, they've really, really been trying to push to stop me at every turn from speaking about what they've been trying to pull off. They want to go to war with Russia. You know, they need to, basically, because war is profit, and he's driven the United Kingdom's economy into the ground. And if you know anything about your history with World War One and World War Two and all that, just before they start a world war, they drive their economies into the ground, because then they make all the money back tenfold when they go to war, because war is profit, right? So I've been saying all of this stuff. I've been saying to the King, look, my physics, my codes are coming through. I get like codes in the atmosphere, and when I look into the charged particles, I see time. The past, present, and future, I see time. And kia ora, hi. And I said to the King, this is what they're going to do. The Queen was laying it out. When I had that dream about the red crayon, about her hiding under Westminster Bridge with the kids and laughing and stuff, I stuck to my guns, because she kept saying to me, please don't give up. Don't give up on my son. You can't give up on my family. I was saying to the King, in these codes, the Queen is saying they're going to blame the royal family on Epstein. They're going to take Andrew down. Once they remove Andrew, they're coming after the King, blah, blah, blah. So all that's there. All the links in there are there. And hi, Chloe. I don't know what show your game means. Anyway, so then when somebody posted that thing up on my Instagram that said, why are the NHS got these preparation tents up, it piqued my interest as a soul collector, as a bounty hunter, for someone who uses physics, to do the work of God and all that, because I take down bad people. I blow the whistle on very bad people connected to like Epstein and the grooming gangs. And I have been hammering Keir Starmer and Donald Trump and JD Vance. I've been like throwing down these codes like you wouldn't believe, knowing that they want me dead, they want me deported, they want me shut up, right? So then when that person posted that thing about the tents, it piqued my interest. And somebody had said that they were planning Operation Pegasus. And I thought, why are they using Pegasus, knowing that the elites, the Illuminati, they live on symbolism? So I started looking into the codes of Pegasus. And you'll see in my posts, you can actually see me working out the algorithm, like I'm trying to work it out, like what they mean by the code, where it's going to come from, when it's going to happen. And I linked the ICC and the European Human Rights Commission and all that. I linked them in on this investigation to show them me working out the algorithm of the Illuminati symbolism of when they were going to try and pull off Pegasus. And I said to the king, your Prime Minister has teamed up with the NHS to pull off an act of bioterrorism. And I said, it looks like it's going to be airborne. It's going to come from the sky. And they're going to use like the towers and that to trigger it. They'll use the 5G towers and that to trigger it so that it sweeps across the country and that. And I said they're going to go after veterans, they're going to go after the elderly, they're going to go after vulnerable people. And then they'll push the vaccines and start killing people again. And I said, and your mum is saying, they killed me with the COVID vaccine. You have to do something. And when I was working out the algorithm, I said to the king, it looks like, judging from the codes that I've been working out using quantum magnetics, I said, it looks like they're going to try and pull it off in November around Remembrance Day. And then lo and behold, today on X, the NHS and that started saying this H3N1 flu is the most dangerous of its kind. And, you need to be prepared, and we're expecting mass deaths. And when I looked it up, the H3N1 is related to the swine flu and bird flu. So I was 100% spot on. So now I've said to the ACC, Keir Starmer and the NHS have just pulled off an act of bioterrorism. So I was 100% correct. I was 100% correct. I have a genuine yes or no question. Oh, God, here we go. Vladdy Daddy, what's your question? Just don't distract me because I'm in the flow. So on my birthday, it turns out that everything that I said that that Starmer was planning to do with the NHS months ago, they've just pulled off on the day I said they were going to try and pull it off. When I was working out the algorithm, I said to the king, it's like the parades, the veterans, they've said that, this flu is going to target the vulnerable, the people who have weakened immune systems and like the elderly. And when I was working it out, I said to the king, excuse me, they're going to go after the, the war veterans and that. They want to kill them off because they want their properties. They want to be able to, like BlackRock and Vanguard and all that, come along and buy all their properties. And you would basically take over the UK. And I said, but because the king's elderly, remember he's got cancer, And I said, they're coming after you, but they're going to try and do it in a way that's like stealth. And so I'm telling you now, with that Pegasus, they've tried to use it to kill the king. They're already trying to take Andrew down, and now with the king's immune system being compromised with his cancer and that, every single thing I said they were going to try and do, you can say what a load of absolute bollocks, but you can't say that until you've looked at my evidence. You can sit here and say blah, blah, yada, yada, blah, blah, but unless you've actually looked at my investigation, unless you've actually looked at what it is that I've done, you can just shut your big fat trap.